You know what time it is, right? You know what time it is, right? Let's wake up.
Opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
What is going on? How are you guys doing out there in the land of the internet, my fellow friends and constituents and friends that play out there? What is happening? How is your Tuesday going? Whew, man, this week has been amazing. It seems that this few months right here have just been a wild rush. The wild rush that I speak of is moving is up there with getting dental work. Moving is up there with skydiving and flying and speaking in public conversations with people. So preparing to move is always one of those nerve-wracking endeavors that we go through. Now you put moving on top of that with traveling to the 1800s. I did a little bit of time traveling this last weekend, and my God, man, it was so worth the ride. When you do things that you love like that, and you're getting out and you're really exploring, there's nothing better than doing it. Now, when you have an event, whether you're going to a smoke out event or you're going to a peace rally or you're going to a gun show or you're going to a food truck event, the idea really is the fact that you're experiencing. Now, when we're experiencing and we're doing these cool things, we need to remember one of two things. One of the things that's very important is always put a smile on your face, because for some reason that smile tends to work. Two is wake up! Welcome aboard and good morning. And it's good to see you guys here. But I do think we got to get care of some of the business first. You heard me say that. Get care of some of the business. I didn't say it wrong. I said it right. You know I said it right. So ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, let's get behind the wheel and let's do what's important. No, we're not there yet. Don't make me stop this vehicle and reach back there. And have you ever heard that before in your life? Seriously? Sometimes I think my dad might have said something random, but I don't really remember saying that to me. It's funny though. My Uncle Ron always comes over and gives me information. Here, let me get some Uncle Ron information.
I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must never throw rocks at a plastic dinghy. You need to get your facts straight when you put them out there on the internet.
All you can do is go, wow, really? It's pretty funny though. I don't know if you believe that or if you think that, but hey, some people don't really get it. When you're having fun and you're time traveling and you're partying with friends, you do things that you don't generally do. Man, I whooped it up seriously. The problem is, it's not that we were drinking and having a wild time. It's the fact that you're at these events and you're not sleeping right. And then suddenly, what your normal routine gets a little screwed up because you're sleeping in an unknown location in a cot, sleeping bag, and so forth and so on. And then you're not eating right because, well, you're not at home, you're not with your loved ones, you don't have certain amenities. So suddenly you're eating in a different way. Then you are ingesting different things and whatnot. It, the adventure that we do have is always one and the same, though. This morning I woke up today thinking, well, what is the point of doing these shows? No one watches these shows. They're always on reruns. And then I thought, it's because, I wear this beautiful sign right here, guys. Take a look. I wear this. I wear it and I'm very, very proud because right now, our beautiful country is going through some really, 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 really crazy stuff right now. And let me tell you though, she's been here before. Do not be fooled. She's been here a few times before and she wavered the storm of idiocracy. Then she'll probably wave the storm of idiocracy today too. A big part of this idiocracy isn't the fact that we're idiots. It's part that we all share these ideas together. Sometimes they just might not be the same that yours is. What do? Do you tell them that they're out of their mind? Do you tell them that you love them? No, you send them a different direction. So I had a great conversation with the singer of that band. Hey, what's going on? She got mad because I was making a gay joke to my friend. And she decided that she thought it was her place to come out of the rehearsal studio and teach me that talking like that was uncool. She did find out that I wasn't really the person to talk to you like that because kind of laughed at her. The whole thing is what is going on is the fact that when you're out there yelling from the rooftops and you're telling people, forcing people what's going on, they get no choice but to get it. The idea is not to force feed. We don't want to force feed. Our brothers and our sisters do not need to be force feeded. Public school for this guy. We do not need to be force fed. The idea here is that the information that you get day in, day out is everything that you find, whether you're circling the internet or you're reading a book or maybe you're getting the newspaper for the day. That information doesn't stop. And I think what people are doing is they get scared because they start having a different opinion with you, and then suddenly you give your idea, and then they don't want to be your friend anymore. And it's like, what? Over? Really? There are so many other things that we should be worried about than who someone is thinking about, voting about, or talking about. Now, what other people are doing really shouldn't be our business. But what happens is in this stage online, people want a little bit less, but they want more in that little less. For instance, TikTok, YouTube. These videos are now clips, we're going to call them, or even, the background clips are turning into huge endeavors with people because people they want it quick. They don't want to wait around. They want a quick in and out. They want a video that they can get their information and be done and they can move on. Now, there's been a study that was done that proved that people who use YouTube for their information, the cognitive thinking does not hold on to this information the same as what you do is when you're reading a book or looking at directions on a sheet. So that's something that is a fact. Okay, I'm not making that up. This is something that the doctors have found. If you even believe in the doctor's science, some people would even say it's doctors, don't believe in science. Okay, then don't believe in the science. But I will say this, where do you get your stuff from? Do we just watch TMZ and get our stuff? Oh, yikes, I really hope we don't. And there's other times that you're just like questioning, where do I get my stuff from? Well, when you're broadcasting and you're making your own stuff, that's where you get it from.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, want to have a sesh? Let's get comfortable. Make it a little more comfortable.
There's no place like home, man. I got home from this trip. The first thing I did is I wanted to have a bong hit. While I was out on my trip, all I had was my pipe with me, so I wasn't even really having the normal sessions like I was. But then when I came home, first thing I wanted to do is have one, and then first thing that happened, I got mail. Guys, I got mail in such a really cool way, but the cat is out of the bag. I didn't do an unpackaging, opening, revealing, whatever video you want to call it. But the cat is out of the bag. Good friend of mine who I'd love to talk about. I'm going to try to get him up here one day to talk to me. A fellow constituent of the web and someone who loves cannabis in one way or the other. Good friend of mine. We're just going to call him the Oregon Kid right now. You can find him on Instagram. The Oregon Kid did a little favor. He didn't, I told him I was moving and I was losing connections and I didn't have certain people. I wasn't sure what was going to go on. Told him I was on the budget. We started having that conversation. And then finally he says to me, all right, man, well, let's see what we can do to help you out, Wayne. And I said, okay, I'm not really entirely sure what he's supposed to help me out with. Well, not only did he send me one, but no, he didn't send me two. But wait, he didn't send me one, just diamonds. No, he sent me, wait. He sent me a £1/4 in the mail. Just amazing Oregon's finest. Well, I would think this is more Washington's finest, but he is called the Oregon Kid. Check him out on the web if you do get a chance to check out the Oregon Kid. The Oregon Kid and I go back to childhood. I remember days of, oh boy. I remember days of listening to records on the front porch and his mom coming over and yelling at us. So that's how long I've known this guy. By the way, not for sale and or for trade. This stuff is all mine, and this is just how I got it. And, I'm not out to trade or sell. And by the way, if you're checking into another device that would really be cool, you should definitely get freezing. That's the memo you wanted to get, huh? That's the memo exactly that you wanted. By the way, if any of my NOK brothers and sisters want to come up, you always know that you got keys to the back door. You know the secret knock, and you know what's up. Yes, we have a secret knock here at the NOK. The whole secret knock that we do is one that you guys don't know because you're not a part of it. Okay, maybe you are, but maybe you're not.
Bong it time, it's bong it time. Don't you just know bong it time? It's bong it time, it's bong it time. Everyone loves bong it time.
Everyone does love bong it time in one way or the other, or at least they possibly should. You know, I think that bong it time is something that a lot of us do. But now, since my friend sent me this package in the mail, I've been doing a little bit of dabbing. I've been breaking out the straw. And I do love it. I really do love it. Have you guys had your good message today? Do you understand where and why and how and where you're at? Well, if you didn't and you should, then now you're going to. Wow. Well. It looks like someone broke in or used the secret door and used the secret key to get in. What is going on here, Steve-O? Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe he's just there watching. Maybe he's voyeuristically watching, but maybe, I don't know. Let's try this again. I'm going to remove you and then bring you back up. How about that? Okay, remove you. Now let's see if he comes back. Yeah, well, we did have a good friend of mine up there for a moment, but that's all right. So back to the good work that we were talking about. You know, when you're doing stuff and you're trying to get things doing, like the time travel and stuff that I was talking about, a big part of that is you're working with your friends and you're also trying to bring the idea to these children. Now, when I mean idea to the children, please don't think that I'm being strange here, but what I mean is you want to get to their imagination. Because nowadays, let's just be honest, it is not politically correct to play cowboys and indigenous folk anymore. So kids are having a hard time. It's not really cool to run out and play cowboy cops and robbers anymore. So kids are not playing the same way that kids did that when I was their age. So it has changed. With that being said, when we time travel here, for some of these children, it is just about the gun. For some of them, it is just about the outfit or the wild accent or the show that is put on. For others, they're there to see, grandma gets a kick watching us wearing these outfits, and they really have that moment where they're taken away and they're a part of the show with you. Now, the idea is to capture their mind. The idea is to get them interested so they are feeling like they're a part of the show. Because if you're standing off in a distance watching people as a performer, it's cool, but as a viewer, spectator, it gets just a skosh lonely. So the deal is you got to thumb it. Sometimes you just got to
Well, there went my Uber.
Could you imagine the whole losing your Uber ride because the Wells Fargo company? Steve-O, did you even use the magic knocking? No, but he used his key. What's going on, man? Did you find it underneath the mat?
Something's going. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you. I can hear you.
Yeah, something weird. StreamYard is giving big fits. We're having a hell of a problem on GrowFam right now. Master Rochi's show still shows that he's live this morning, and it won't shut off. So,
Wow.
yeah, StreamYard's having a big problem today.
Guys, if you don't know, but I know you know, this is my good friend Sir Steve-O right here. I know you know who he is, especially if you're part of the NOK, you're part of the family, you know exactly who my friend is. I had a moment happen yesterday that really made me feel good. I want to share it with everybody. I was sitting here getting high watching my friend Ron, Mr. Ron McNabb, and I'm watching his show and I comment in there, "Hey Ron, good show, buddy." And he's like, "Yeah, and he passes up on the comments. And I'm like, "Oh damn, he didn't read the comments." So I throw up there again. He doesn't say anything. So finally I'm like, "Love from Cali from Mr. Cruz." And a moment later, someone in the comments goes, "Hey man, the other Cruz lives in Cali." Suddenly Ron goes, "I know who you, oh my God, Wayne, it's bong hit time, it's bong hit time." He starts playing. Oh, look who else used the magic key. You must have found the key under the welcome sign as well. Well, guys, before we keep going here for a second, we got a little adventure to go on. I wanted to show, wow, some of this is just a trip, and some of the adventures that you take with me have to be known for just that, being an adventure. So strap in just for a second, just a second. Just beyond the outside of the world here, we have what is called the wastelands. That was the wastes that I took a little trip out to, and that's where I'm broadcasting from the basement in the waste. What is going on, Hobbies? How are you doing?
Oh, I was in the studio. The boss was there, and people were there, and other people. And I was walking by, and I looked into the studio window, and I'm like, "Hey, that's our buddy." And so I figured I'd come in, take a puff real quick before I went back to the workcation of building furniture.
Yeah, yeah. The office place here at the NOK is definitely fun. Most of us meet around the water shed, not the water tower. And hey, here at the NOK, I'd like to just say, put it away for 30 minutes a day on the IWK daily smoke sessions with my friend, virtual sessions. You can find Hobbies doing one. You can also find my friend Sir Steve-O doing. You can Mr. Ron. There's also Kim Cooper. Man, there are just so many people that are on the NOK that I just felt obligated to have to throw that out there. We are almost at commercial break, but you know what? I just got to wait because I had my good friend up here and now another good friend up in here. What have you been doing? Just building furniture there, Hobbies? Are you back?
Building furniture, making medibles, learning dosages, calculations. It's quite, being responsible with meds. So it's not just taking cannabis, it's actually using it as a responsible medicine.
Wow. Now, are you home right now or are you still out on tour running around?
Yeah, still in New Orleans.
So, guys, my friend Hobbies right here hangs out in the Gulf Coast, and he's got a show that he does. You can find him. He does birthday reviews. He does all kinds of cool shows. He plays music, and he talks about mushrooms and psychedelics on the Psychedelic Reporter. You guys should definitely you're on the open it.
No. I subbed for Tara for a while. Do you want the Wayni as background here, buddy?
Who and the what? The how many goldfish? What?
Did you want your regular background? The one that's all fancy with the coffee?
That's what I thought was on there. Am I not there? Did I ruin things, guys?
Yeah.
I can ruin a good thing on a bad day, and I can even ruin a free lunch. That's something that was told to me by my parents one time. Well, hey, by the way, since we're here, I do have to broadcast for my friends who will be watching on the outskirts of the nebula. Remember, the chair is against the wall. I repeat, the chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. Safety is always third. And remember, keep burning. So we're talking flow arts. The flow art is an art that you just saw. They use fire and brimstone to make this art happen out on the playa. They dance and they have fun and they do such an amazing show and such a good idea with it. But it makes you want to go back every year in a row. Some of us are addicted to it, while others just have done it once or twice. Guys, put it away for 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes, 40, 25, something minutes a day. Wait, it could be put away for.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyendinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set.
Smoke Signals, Tyendinaga.
Smoke Signals, Tyendinaga.
Smoke Signals, Tyendinaga.
Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram.
Smoke Signals, Tyendinaga.
Hold it in, feel it in your wrist.
Smoke Signals, Tyendinaga.
Check us out in Tyendinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndonega. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Tune in daily to NOK Network's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Waking Up with the Wayni app, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Wayne Cruz from sunny California. Grow 420, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern with Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sir Stevo and Kim Cooper. Thursdays we have Open Your Eye with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson, 8 p.m. Eastern. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh airs 7 nights a week with our rotating joint hosts, nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
Are you frantically pounding away on your keyboard these days? To discuss your views, share your passions, teach a skill, or share a craft to the masses on social media. Podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience, and the NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously across social media and streaming sites live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year. Movie night. Spotlights on entertainment. And live on location coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Rumble, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Facebook. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
Now we get back to the show.
Well, hello, dear friends, especially if you're out there in Rumble. Guys, thanks to you for watching with me and hanging out with me today. Thank you so much, Hobbies. I do appreciate it, man. I really do. As we're hanging out, I'm going to finish this up real quick. Excuse me for a moment. Oh, back to the show. You know, it's pretty wild. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my friend of mine, and we were talking about Bigfoot of all things. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you think Bigfoot's real? What would you do if you saw Bigfoot? You're in the wild, you know, you're hiking with some friends, got your backpack, you know, talking about Mother Nature, making bad jokes. Sorry, bad jokes, having a good time, making fart jokes, playing twiddle sticks. And suddenly, you know, you're having a good time, and you're like, you know what, I gotta go to the bathroom. And your friends are like, ooh, dude, okay, cool, go for it. And you're like, I'm gonna be right back. You go hiking up, sticks, snap, crackle, pop. Get up to find that one place, and you're like, 1 button, 2 button, 3 button, Or suddenly you're doing your thing and you hear snap. And you're like, all right, guys, enough with the jokes. Like, chill out. And there stands in front of you a 9-foot tall, Bigfoot, where does United States of America shirt saying, yeah, man. No, I'm joking. But a 9-foot tall Bigfoot comes snapping to the tree and stares at you, doesn't even say a single thing at you, turns and walks off. Now, there are people who claim this to be true, and those are the people who have lost their minds and claim that after that they were never quite the same. Do you know how many sightings are seen of Bigfoot? Do you know how many times Bigfoot has showed his face up and got away with it because mystically he's disappeared? I believe he's using a tunnel network and he's a master of his craft, which is bushcraft and hiding in Mother Nature, just like you and I. You know all the back streets to your neighborhood. You know all the little spots, the secret spots, what liquor stores give what deals. I think Bigfoot's the same exact way. No, he doesn't have a manga sticker on his car. No, he doesn't even have a car. But what he does have, he has a memory. So he uses his memory, and the memory is what he's been taught by his ancestors, the old folks of the woods. Came down from the mountains, and people started seeing this, and they were wondering. They made deals with him, the old man of the forest. The deal is that the old man of the forest was tired of the new ways. It was logging, and then the new modern day of civilization that was coming through, and trapping was happening, and you had all these men in furs. Was very scared, and he made a deal with the human indigenous folk that he would disappear into the woods until things were solved. Now only to be seen by the anointed folk. So if you do see Bigfoot, guys, consider yourself to be anointed. You know, I personally have not seen a Bigfoot. I don't know a Bigfoot. I probably would trip out if I did see one, but I've been to his home. I'm going to show you. Freedom of expression. At least that's the final frontier for most of us. This freedom that you get to speak your mind and use your mind as you want to be. Hopefully your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, and your fellow workers can respect that. Whatever you identify as, whether it's a school bus or a neutron bomb. The idea is that, thank you, we have to remember that whatever we identify is that we have to follow through with it. And I'm not trying to say any of this new age stuff right here and give you guys some identify thing or any of that. All I'm trying to say is, in the best words that have ever been given to me, Uncle Ron. Let's let Uncle Ron tell you guys.
I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must never throw rocks at a plastic dinghy. You need to get your facts straight when you put them out there on the internet.
The power of perception is another thing that's pretty wild. So here we are telling people what we are and how we are, but our perception is, are they seeing it the same way that we see ourselves? When we were young and we were vibrant and brand new to the world, our big thing was simply put, we would wear our leather jacket with our long hair on our face, and we were telling the world that we were making a stand. We were letting them know. In my case, I wore a mohawk and ran around like a young, angry young man. But with that being said, you got to ride the wave. People keep telling me, Wayne, you do not and you cannot push the ocean. you ever been surfing, you know exactly what riding that wave means. If you never have been surfing before, I advise you go to a water park or go out and slip and slide, or I don't know, go tell your neighbor that his wife is. No, don't do that, because that's more than a slip and slide. That will just get you in some deep ass trouble. 1 minute of your life, 2 minutes of your life. What about these minutes?
Green.
Northern California and all of her beauty. Man, some people forget about the vastness of California. You know, on the map, or politically, everyone knows exactly what they want to think about California. But on the map, you know, we're about this long. People forget about that map and how long that is. Man, California takes you a few days to get across. It's as wide as Texas is, the same exact width, or it's as long as Texas is wide. It takes you a few days to get up through the coast. If you're doing it right, that is. You could probably do it in 1 day, but that would be like a 24-hour day, and your ass would be hurting from sitting in the car. With that being said, topography that you get to witness is unlike any other thing that you will ever see. It goes all the way from being, oh, wait, guys, I got to be honest with you. Not often does this get to happen, and not very often do I get to do this, but guys, I got the boss, and she's knocking at the door. She's knocking at the window, and she wants in. You know what? And for guys, the boss has got to come in. And hey, as we got here, Miss Kim Cooper. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Oh no.
Is it working? The message from the dark side of the moon didn't work. She ended up leaving the office. She looked at me and was like, "What's that smell?" And she realized that I had the dab straw out. She's like, "Oh, fuck you," and she walked out. Yeah, you know, when you were a boy and your room was a mess, your mom and your dad would do the same thing. They would walk in and go, "Oh my God, what is that stench?" Or "What's that pile of clothes?" Or "Why are there porno mags all?" Wait, not everybody had that thing as a kid. Wayne, did you?
Well, finally made it out here. Problem is, the heat is absolutely terrible. And then I ran into these gents. Oh, they take all the fun out of the game. Well, come out to Tombstone. Check this place out. It's actually pretty wild. They say it's where history actually happened. Personally, I haven't seen no history yet, but I'm ready to make some. Get out of here!
I'm thoroughly amazed, you know, a fact of the place that I dreamt about as a little boy. I read books about as a little boy. My dad would tell me stories of the famous shootout at the OK Corral. And we would talk about the gunslinging and Doc Holliday. And we talked about the Flannery brothers, you know, these good little Irish boys that just happened to be playing around with some cowboys, you know. And all of a sudden, they steal a few cattle and they turn into outlaws. In that day, cattle was worth so much money that you're a rich man with 70 cattle. Can you imagine stealing 70 cattle from over the border, stealing them into the night, bringing them over and making millions of dollars? And then you wake up in the morning, you walk out and your field is empty with no cattle, and you're like, what the actual? And your gate's busted wide open. That's the shit these boys were doing. So Wyatt was a part of that. He went out. Most people remember the shootout that lasted like 23 seconds. Most people forget about the vengeance ride. He decided after his brother was shot, he was going to get a horse. He would get everybody that he could, and they were going to ride for a week long to go kill every single outlaw. What a crazy story, right? This is American history that a lot of people talk about. A lot of people get it, but they don't get it because they've only read it in a book. So when you suddenly get to go to a place like Tombstone, you get to walk where history happened. It would like be hanging out in the book depository, one of the depository books buildings, where with a long man with a Okay, bad. But it's a piece of history. The whole idea is that when you're there, it's quite amazing. You walk around the streets, and my first thought was I looked at my wife and I'm like, do you think this place is haunted? And a lot of people will go haunted, schmaunted. That stuff doesn't really exist because, well, if I haven't seen it, it doesn't, if it hasn't happened to me, then it probably won't happen. Now, the thing about that is when ignorance happens with us, you do understand that ignorance is a thing where we know better. The thing is, do we know to do better with what we know better on? That's a whole other story. I do have a video to show you because, I witnessed a haunting. What do you think?
I'll take your picture.
I do believe that Skynet has been corrupted today, or at least the net has been corrupted today. There are multiple issues going around the world here with the electronic devices, lots of shows. StreamYard's having something going on. YouTube's been having issues too. I do believe it's been compromised. I would blame the Russians and the Chinese, but then you guys would go crazy and think that I'm some kind of conspiracy theory that would actually happen from inside our own government by some probably ex-politician that's really trying to be a politician again. That would probably give you the wrong idea. And then you'd think, wow, this guy's going somewhere. No, I'm not talking about Ronald Reagan. I'm not even, you know what? I'm talking about what best president was there ever in a movie? Man, there's a lot of great presidents in there. I do like the president of Independence Day. I do think that that's the kind of president that I want to hold on to. We will not go longer and fight into the night. Whatever. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's been 47 minutes of absolute mundane wackiness. If you guys found the smoke signals so you got to Naga yet, you probably should. If you're in the Canadian Canada area and you're up there in that Mohawk region, go check them out. They're a pretty cool place. I hope to one day get to go see it. One day I get to travel up north, get my passport out there.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyendinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyendinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyendinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
If you need a fix.
Well, once again, here we are, being family and friends out here in Armador County, or as I should say, Plymouth. Come on out, steampunks. That's right, you heard me right. Steampunks. I'm not really sure what it is, but it is. you should come out and see my friends. All my friends, wild bunches of us. And remember, if you can't get it right and you don't want to do it right, you can join the Black Flag Gang, because there is only one way out of here.
Wow, imagine that, one way out of here. We all know what that one way is. You know, in the outlaw world, it's a little different than it is now. They had a little different mentality. They had a code. One part of it is that modern day thugs have a code too. It's all about cashola. They had a thing about it too, but there was a little bit of honor that was going on. You wouldn't rob the same places that other people were. You wouldn't deal with old folks. You wouldn't deal with ladies and children. Man, but then again, they were dealing with outhouse.
Imagine in this day and age that when you have an outhouse problem, that it's pretty simple to solve. You just got to reach in there all the way to your elbow, and you just got to slurp up a little bit.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. This has just been another one of those wild rides that we got to do. I didn't even worry about getting to the news today, because today's news is just tomorrow's headlines, right? What can we say about that? Headlines that we're informed, or enough headlines to scare the shit out of you and keep you controlled? Which one that is, that's really entirely up to you to make the decision. And I think that's all of our decision to make. As we run through life, we should all be holding on to what we think is right. We should definitely be using it, definitely speaking our word when things are wrong. It doesn't mean take care of yourself in a different way. It just means take care of yourself in the ultimate way, by loving yourself and making sure that your friends and your family are always safe. I know, I'm speaking the obvious, right? Oh, by the way, I didn't even take you guys into the garden. If you are watching this video and you're one of the few people that know me, you make the world a better place. And thank you for being a part of it today. Make sure to share that message to people. Let them know that they are so important to you, just like you, kind of just like me. Guys, I've been having fun. I've been enjoying myself as usual. You know, I'm up here talking to myself, being alone in my endeavors. Please share this to all your friends like a bad chain letter. You know, I can guarantee if you do not share this, you will have terrible, well, no, I'm joking. Excuse me. See karma instantly. And share to your friends if you'd like. Get them to wake up with you and get them to get a second to go. Because some of you are probably on your lunch break right now, and some of you are probably just getting started. Share it to them. Let them get started with me as well. There's another show coming up right behind me. So I only come up here for a little bit of time. I come up here for 55 minutes to share my time with you. Thank you for all of you who are viewing with me. And, you know, I do appreciate it. Remember, don't get stuck in the everyday, because they're not guaranteed every day. Keep your guns spinning and keep running, kids. You know, I just want to leave you with a few simple thoughts. 1, love yourself, love your friends, and love your neighbors. 2, remember, Guys, be good with yourself. You matter. Remember, may the force be with you.